All right, welcome, Johnny boy.
Thank you, Andrew.
So good to have you here in Singapore.
Thank you, Andrew.
I can't believe they let you in.
Thank you, Andrew.
I told them not to.
Thank you, Andrew.
On repeat. Okay, well, this is going to be a little bit of a memento for the family, for you. So, looking forward to having a great conversation with you. Dad, oh, Dad, pack your bags. I've got a bunch of questions, but let's just start when you're a young boy. You're 73 now. Talk me through what you were like as a boy, as a young boy. Do you remember?
I don't have any great memory, really.
Because we know what you're like now, but what were you like as a young boy?
I don't have any great memory. My earliest memory I've got is I was over at my grandmother's in Numurkah, and I had one of those little pedal cars, and I remember pedaling my car down the road around the corner. It was probably like half a mile from the house, just pedaling down the thing. For some reason, I remember that on my own.
But how old were you?
4.
Oh, okay, 4. But like I'm talking about as a, even say a teenager. What were you like as a teenager?
Well, school-wise
Were
and
you
all
popular at school?
I guess I was. I actually found a photo of myself in class. I happened to go back to the old school, and they've got a bit of a sort of a museum thing there. And I found a photo of myself in the class. And it'd be probably grade 6 or 7 or something. I was the only one who looked happy. So I don't know whether that was... Yeah, but it was just lucky the thing. But I rarely ever had a fight with anyone.
Yeah, that doesn't seem surprising, Dad.
No, I had to sort of like pay people. And and it was quite a small school. So
what do you think is the biggest difference between when you were, say, a teenager and then when you became an adult? Was there any trait that you think changed?
Well, when I was young, I was pretty carefree. The school was like year 10, there were only 10 of us in the class. And, so it was very sort of easygoing existence.
What made you want to get into real estate? What was the first, do you remember what motivated you to get into that?
It was, I thought I should do some sort of tertiary course.
Yeah.
I started doing one, did 2 subjects, failed both. I was at a 21st and 2 of my friends were talking about valuers and what a great life they had, career they had.
Do you remember that conversation?
Yeah, I was around the fire. One was Andrew Robb, who became Trade Minister.
Yeah.
Another was Dennis Ryan, who became quite a close friend.
I remember Dennis, yeah.
And anyway, they were just saying how they have this great lifestyle. They go out, and I thought, gee, that sounds good. And then I sort of remembered that valuing was in the same faculty that the existing course was. So I thought, I might do that. So I went in, and it was midterm or whatever, and they said, you can do that if you do it full time, which is what I chose to do. And then...
How old were you then?
I would have been 20.
Oh, yeah.
And then to qualify as a valuer, you had to do the course, sit a practical exam, and get qualified experience, which I think was 4 years, 3 or 4 years. And it was quite difficult to get a cadetship as a valuer. So the second best option was real estate, which was only half as good in terms of the experience. So I thought, I'll go to real estate. Didn't know much about it, and picked up a job, and I rang on this ad, and the guy answered the phone and said, do you play for Collingwood? I said, no, but I'll barrack for them. He said, all right, you'll be right. And that's how I got into real estate. And I really enjoyed it, the people contact.
Yeah, because you never really left then, did you?
How do you mean?
Like you did real estate for your entire career?
Pretty well, yeah. Variations on it. Yeah, business broking and all that, yep.
And when did you meet Mum? So you're 20 then. When you already knew her, right? If you knew the Robs, then you would have known Mum.
I had gone down. I'd finished working around Shepparton and went down to Melbourne, started in the public service. Mum's parents were friends of Mum and Dad. So they turned up out of the blue at the farm. They hadn't seen each other since their wedding. And Mum was in the group because it was like 90 kids.
Yeah.
So Mum and Dad told them I was in Melbourne. They said, look, if he's ever out Reservoir Way, tell him to call in.
Yeah.
I moved out to Reservoir the next week.
And then you dropped in.
And Mum just said, look, call in and see the woods.
Yeah.
And
And that's where you met Mum?
That's where I met Mum.
You met her at Kelsby Street?
At Kelsby Street. And apparently she looked out the window, saw me coming in, and she thought, he's not old enough. He's not old enough for Maureen. He's too old for Bernadette.
Really?
Yeah, that's what she told me.
That's great. How old was Mum then? She would have been, 16 or something?
18. No, you're right. She was less than 18 years, so she'd have been
Maybe 17.
16 or 17 years. She was due to go nursing in the next year and was working at the hospital.
But with that, do you remember your first encounter with Mum?
Just that particular day.
Yeah. Do you remember your first impression?
No, we ended up going down and played tennis because I found out I played tennis. So we went down and she and
tried
Maureen.
to play tennis?
Yes, tried to play tennis. And she and Maureen and might have been Bernadette went down and we played tennis. And then Mum asked me to be her deb partner.
Oh.
And my initial reaction to that was, why just me? She was a bit taken aback by that. But, so that's how it happened.
That was great. So then how many years was that before you started dating or?
Oh, we started dating sort of then.
Yeah.
And then when she went nursing, her father in particular didn't want our relationship to continue.
Why?
Oh, they just didn't think, I think I'd be a distraction. And I think he thought I was a bit aimless.
Aimless?
Yeah, didn't really have any sort of career. Oh. Because this is prior to my going into real estate. So they sort of said no more and all that sort of thing.
But you were dating her when you were going into real estate?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, we ended up back. And that was after I'd turned 21.
Do you remember the first time you moved into the first house with Mum?
Yep. I'd bought a house in Ivanhoe.
Yeah.
And so we moved into that after we got married.
And you had a kid then or not?
No. So it had 5 bedrooms. So I had visions of renting the other rooms out. But that apparently wasn't the thing you did when you just got married.
Yeah.
So I just saw it as an opportunity.
Yeah, of course.
Mum was initially working at St Vincent's and then she took a job on the corner. There was a sort of an aged care place. She took a job there.
Did you think of yourself as an entrepreneur or you didn't really – did you ever think of yourself as an entrepreneur? Or was that term not really used then?
The word sort of really didn't exist in practical use. So I enjoyed real estate because of the freedom it gave you.
Yeah.
And I think I got that from my father because even though he was in the public service – he was in a situation in Yamurka where he really did his own thing.
Yeah.
Sort of came and went.
And you always saw him just do his own thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he was very strict.
You never really saw him reporting into anybody and...
No, the only time really they had anything to do with him was when he was going on holiday. So they'd send a reliever up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was sort of called the Tasmanian Tiger because he was known to exist, but no one had actually seen him.
Yeah, because that's funny, right? Because Sean, me, Liam all run our own businesses and we've all been fairly clear on that. And that's a lot of it's probably just because we saw the way you were. Yeah. Just because you were always running your own business.
Yeah. So
but you never necessarily. Yeah, I'm just trying to understand if it was like handed down as well from Jim.
Only in that freedom sense, because I think there weren't back for Dad when he was young, there weren't the opportunities to, you know, it was like.
Don't you think the word freedom though is such a Collins thing?
Yeah.
Like I think about what I want more than anything. It's like freedom to choose how I spend my time, who with, what I do. That's like the main thing.
Yes, it certainly was a very powerful emotional driver for me.
Yeah.
It was never about making money and stuff for me. It was more the freedom thing.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed the people contact with real estate.
So when you were young, were you ambitious, do you think, when you were in business? Were you ever ambitious?
Not overly.
Not overly, right?
No.
No. How would you describe yourself then?
Pretty easygoing. I was probably creative. And I liked having my own business because it was the opportunity to perhaps develop things the way you wanted to do it.
Where do you think our ambition then came from if you weren't ambitious?
I think...
Like if you were going to just sort of put a finger on it, what do you think it came from?
I think with yours it was probably a combination of having siblings.
Yeah, that for sure.
And you develop that competitiveness, which I didn't have because you don't fight with your sisters.
Yeah.
Or, all that sort of thing. So
I had a twin that made it fun, didn't it?
Oh. No, you mastered it. So I think it was a bit of that with you. Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed playing sport, and I enjoyed competing in sport.
Yeah. But I remember there were times where you were always looking at the next opportunity. You were.
Oh, yeah.
You're always looking at the next opportunity. Do you think they were more lottery tickets though?
I think that it was a case.
There was always a sense of, there's the next thing.
Well, I think it was probably a bit limited where I was. Like in Yamurka, it's a relatively small town.
Yeah.
So I went through the real estate sales, and I think I had something like 80% of the market, and that included like private sales and 3 other agents. It was still, it would have been good to earn a bit more. So, so I was always looking for something else you could take on, you know, without affecting things too much.
Did you enjoy it, you think?
Oh yeah, I really enjoyed Yamurka. My own thing.
What about Wodonga though? You're more in Wodonga than Yamurka.
Oh, much more. But Wodonga was really. We really went to Wodonga. Mum wanted to get out in Yamurka. She'd never really liked being there.
Yeah.
And she wanted her art to sort of kick on.
So she was the driver to move to
She
Wodonga.
was the reason we really, and where we went, and both my sisters were in Albury Wodonga.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Genevieve was in Albury, Bernadette was in Wodonga, so we thought that was, a good thing to do. But
Burns Court
initially, yep.
What
Corporation
number?
House,
5?
6.
6 was it?
I think so.
Steffi was born. No, Steffi was born
a
in
bit
Hume
after.
Street. Yeah, Hume Street. I
We were in
remember.
Hume Street,
I remember
yep.
when we brought her home.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
She was the darling of the house, wasn't she? For that first.
Oh, yes.
Like
Well,
we were just besotted with her, weren't
yeah.
we? Yeah. So many boys in the house. All of a sudden, this girl's there.
Yeah, she was.
Beautiful girl, Steph, when you're watching.
And she adored you boys, apart from Liam. She used to get cross with Liam.
Yeah, really? Going out, really?
Oh, yeah.
I sort of remember that.
He used to tease her.
Yeah. I remember we used to have to take it in terms of who takes her for a walk down to the park and she wants to go Wizzy Diz. And we'd be like, okay, we'd have to rotate it. She wants to go to Wizzy Diz. Do you remember the Wizzy Diz? It was always called Wizzy Diz next to the police station.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we loved her. What was your toughest moment in business, do you think? You had that period with the court case, right?
Yes. So that
Was that the toughest moment, you think? And why would it have been if that was it?
Because I lost my Victorian licence out of that.
Yeah.
And it wasn't an intentional thing. And they had the hearing, and what it said was that I was naive.
Yeah.
So and I trusted some people and sort of thing. So that's what happened. But to have my name, spread out on page 2 of the Board of Mail.
Yeah. How did that feel?
Well, it wasn't great. So
It's like a sacked AFL coach.
Yeah.
The feeling.
Yeah.
Especially in a small town,
most people were pretty good about it. Like
it probably sounds really bad on the day, and
yeah,
then
but they were like just surprised that it happened and all that sort of thing. So
how long did that stick around for? Do you think that tarnish your reputation? If any?
I think it's sort of I could keep my New South Wales license.
Yeah.
So I was
and you moved an
working,
office there, didn't you? You had an office
Yeah,
in
I
New
worked
South Wales.
I had an office in Albury, so I kept that and survived.
Yeah. Do you think it was just about survival all that period?
Oh yeah, a lot of that period
It was never really thriving, wasn't it?
No, it was like business broking was quite a difficult gig.
Yeah.
And I
Was
think
it competitive?
not really,
Not really. Yeah.
because no one else wanted to do it.
Yeah.
It didn't suit real estate agents because of the nature of the business.
Yeah.
So
You remember we used to go on those road trips?
Yeah.
You'd go do your marketing trips.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
you'd sign little marketing contracts. And
Yeah, I would, and that was one of the things I had to do to sort of keep some money coming in. So I would,
Yeah. That was a pretty smart decision though, wasn't it?
I would get people to pay if they wanted me to take on the business $500
Yeah.
as a marketing fee, which
Yeah.
I would pay back out of the commission
Yeah.
when I did it.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and so that was a real saver, really.
It's amazing though, isn't it? You think about it now, you're going on the road just to get $500 from somebody.
Yeah, so I'd go. I could do like
And what would be a great day? What would a great day look like? 4. So you'd make $2,000 in marketing. Yeah.
and then plus they'd pay me X amount for advertising.
Yeah. What made, in your mind, a good business broker?
Well, generally it was the knowledge. You would have specific knowledge about. So business brokers were either industry specific.
Yeah.
So they would just focus on a particular type of business, like hotels or motels or whatever, and they would cover something like 3 states.
Yeah.
Or you would be a GP and handle most businesses within a region.
What were you?
I was a GP. And then, but eventually got into the childcare. So
What was
focused
the
on
most
it.
amount of money you made in 1 year? I mean, before you got into childcare. So growing up until while we were all at home.
I can't really remember.
Do you think it was more than $150,000?
Look, it could have been, but then that could have been gross. So
Yeah.
you'd have costs.
Yeah, I mean gross though.
Yeah, gross. Oh,
I mean agent fees.
it might have been 200 because every now and then you would sell a large business where the commission might have been about 15,000,
Yeah.
but the majority of them were basically by a job.
Yeah.
Yeah, like freight runs.
A large business back then was like what? $500,000.
$500,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, 300,000.
Yeah. What do you think when you look at your son when he sold a company in the tens of millions?
I just glaze over, Andrew.
Were you thinking, I wouldn't mind getting that commission check on that one? Or
Never think of it. Never think of it.
this is a broker hat I'll come back on?
Yeah, I know. No, it's amazing.
Different era, isn't it?
Yeah.
Different space. What about childcare? When you got into that, obviously you were making a lot more money. What was the most amount of money you made in 1 year?
I was over $1 million.
$1 million, right? In agent fees.
Yeah.
That's amazing, isn't it? What a change that was.
And the childcare thing was
But do you
really.
think that helped because you were just focused on one area? Because you could become like a bit of an expert in that area.
And if you're in it, it's a relatively small industry.
Yeah.
So you would get to know the people.
Yeah.
And I only got into it because I'd sold a couple of childcare centres as another business and then rang a group that had about 6 centres to see if they were interested in buying a particular one in Albury. And they said, anyway, to cut a long story short, they ended up buying it, sold out to ABC quite soon afterwards, contacted me and said, look, you seem to know what you're doing, which I was surprised at how little they realised. Can you find us some more childcare centres to buy? And that's what happened. And then I got to know ABC.
Well, how did it feel when you got the first big check in that space? Do you remember how you felt?
Oh, yeah, it would have been good.
Relief, right?
Yeah, probably.
Was it relief or what did you feel?
I can't remember, Andrew.
Remember?
No.
I remember when I first got my first client at Mailman, big client, and just feeling like I've made it. And it wasn't even a big client.
Yeah.
I mean, it was big to me at the time, but I remember just feeling like, okay, I've made it. Now I can move forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't even remember, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. Were you in Melbourne then or were you in Wodonga then?
No, Wodonga. We initially started there.
Was I at home then when you were doing childcare? I can't remember. That would have been 1998. No, yeah, January 98 was when I moved out. I was 18. Went to Melbourne.
Yes. So, no, it would have been the early 2000s.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you and mum had split up then?
Yes, it was just after.
Yeah. So that period when you split with mum, obviously that must have been really tough. What was the toughest part about it?
Like, it wasn't just splitting with mum, it was the whole family thing.
Yeah.
Like, it was because it was a package deal.
Yeah.
So I moved into John Stelling's place.
Yeah.
And he just said, look, there's a room there.
That's
use
where you
that.
first moved into when you left? Yeah.
Yeah. And
Did he get you doing maths homework?
no, could have helped.
He was
actually.
our maths teacher, by the way.
Yeah. So he was very good.
Yeah.
And but it was like, and I kept the payments up on the house, and all that sort of thing. He was very good. But I was there for over 12 months, and I was just a hermit. It was like the dark night of the soul.
Yeah.
That time.
You told me once before it was the hardest period of your life.
Yeah.
What made it so hard beyond the obvious?
Just being on my own. Even though I still circulated.
Yeah.
And did stuff, but just to come there.
You come back and
that was it.
Change, isn't it?
Yeah, there was a fair bit of angst with mum. She was obviously upset about how things had worked out and all that sort of thing.
Looking back on it now, knowing where you're at now, obviously you've got a great partner in Kay now, but in terms of the family dynamic and the family structure, do you have any, not regrets, but do you have any reflections on that period of time?
I don't tend to think about it much now, obviously.
Yeah, it's been so long.
Yeah, but I think that, it was very much, there's always two sides to it.
Yeah.
And I realised that I had really modelled myself on my father.
Yeah.
And in terms of in a relationship, and Dad never complained about anything.
Yeah.
He was stoic,
Yeah.
and I think Mum was at times probably a bit difficult with certain things, and so Dad would just go along with it,
Yeah.
and as best he could. And I remember Mum saying to me later, she said, "I never knew how you felt on anything," and that's one of the decisions I made. Going forward,
Yeah,
I
you would
thought,
express yourself
I will
more.
express myself.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. Like, what's different now?
Yeah.
Do you think obviously you're a different person to back then? Do you think that's probably the biggest shift in the way you wanted to build a new relationship?
And I got very clear on what I wanted.
Yeah,
Like poor old Mum, like we had a lot of stress. The money's financial stress, and like just the fact, like that. You three boys, that was a lot. So I think that certainly didn't help the cause. Because Mum was always frightened we're going to lose the house and all that.
Always? Do you think? Do you think it was always?
Well, when things it was okay
like
in Yamurka,
come in waves, didn't it?
but it come in Yamurka. But then when we moved to Wodonga and then that happened, because I had like 3 investment properties in Yamurka
where?
and all that
Oh,
sort of
really?
thing. Yeah,
Okay.
I bought
You sold
houses
them all?
and so I just sold them. Yeah, and I'd bought the office where I was, and
Yeah.
so we just sold stuff off. And
What's some of your fondest memories of the boys growing up, like raising us? What's some memories you always smile to yourself that you miss or you enjoyed? Any memories? I got a lot, but I was wondering what yours might be.
Look, early on, there was, there were numerous ones with you because you kids were such high energy. And I remember once we were in Yamurka, it was, I think Easter Saturday or something, and there was an ecumenical service at the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
And so
In Wodonga?
in Yamurka.
Oh.
And we were sitting out the back, and you three were all in your dressing gowns and jammers because it was like still daylight, but it was. And so you're mucking around, of course. So we said, look, go outside and play. And anyway, the Anglican priest is up speaking, giving a sermon. And you three had found yourselves around to the sacristy at the back of the church, wandered in, come out. All of a sudden, there's this dead silence. There's 3 figures on the altar, and one says, "There's Dad." And you all
So
took,
good.
the 3 of you took off.
So good.
So I explained to David Ford, I think his name was, that Father Moylan had said if he was getting too good attention, to send the boys in.
So what about when we were a bit older, though, like in Wodonga?
Oh, I always enjoyed your company.
Yeah.
Like the 3 of it, like it was good fun.
Even Sean?
Yeah,
Seems a
actually,
bit
no,
strange.
even Sean. And like you were very entertaining.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed it. And even though that the lady next door in Yamurka said you were the naughtiest boy she'd ever seen.
Sounds like a children's book.
And that's right, in Blighton. And at one stage, your grandmother sat Mum and I down and said we weren't doing a good job as
Really?
parents.
That's so good. What do they say now?
Well, funnily enough, many years later, she said to me, out of all the kids, yours have turned out the nicest.
Really?
Yep.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So.
That's fun. Yeah, I always have memories of you hosting barbecues.
Oh, yeah.
Remember? In Assumption Gardens.
Yep.
And always being like a bit of an open house for all my friends. They always loved coming over. They loved you. They loved the culture of the Collins family. It was just always open and friendly and growing up with that.
I suppose I've always been fairly inclusive.
Yeah.
So to me, like your friends were my friends, in a sense. They were part of the family. And I think it was really good for like Chris Fedderson and Paul Richards, that they were very much part of it.
Yeah. Do you miss it?
It's so
You probably don't think about it now. But
No, I don't think about it now. No, I mean, it's nice to see people, like Paul and Chris and that, and they reminisce about it. And it's nice to think they've got good memories.
What advice would you have for me in that sense? Like being a father of 3 then upon reflection on what would you tell yourself you could back when, say, we were 12 and 13 and like my son's 11, my eldest. What would you say?
Andrew, I don't think I'd have anything to say. My observation of you is you're a fabulous father.
Oh, thank you, Dad.
And the kids are so good. No, I think you do a great job. And the job's changed a bit, I think, with technology and all that sort of thing that now comes into it.
Yeah.
But I think you're doing a great job and the kids are terrific. So, no, Andrew. I feel no position.
Oh, you got to give me something. I'll take money as well. I'll take money or advice.
The only, I guess, thing that I've had occasionally shared with people is that I took the relationship with the four of you really, but that from going from, look, eat your dinner, clean your teeth, this is the deal, go to bed, to moving it along to say, look, this is why we're doing this.
Yeah.
So you sort of went from becoming the parent to a friend. And
what about now?
I'm not sure now. No, you tell me what to do now.
Do you view the relationship the same with each kid now? I know the love will be the same, but I mean the relationship and the role. Like as a father, because kids evolve, right?
Yeah, so it varies a bit and it depends on the personality of the person.
Yeah.
So you tend to, I guess, modify things a bit depending on the...
Yeah.
I try to be consistent, with everyone, but just depending on the situation.
Yeah, I have so many jokes I could say, but I'll hold just for you.
Oh, it's been worth coming here then.
Yeah, interesting. Even Steph?
Yes. I think, with Steph, I would get phone calls relatively regularly with some trauma not happening, and she would talk and talk and talk, and that's all right, and I knew just to listen. But now she's with Jason, that's all stopped to a fair degree, and he's been really good with Steph.
Do you have a favourite memory of each kid? Any memory springs to mind with, say, Liam? Favourite memory?
Liam...
time you spent together doing something or...
Yeah, well, I mean, at one stage, Liam wanted to be a tennis player, so I would drive him down to Melbourne and he played comp and then we'd drive home again or stay the night at Manners. And, that was good fun. I mean, I'd go to his tournaments, watch him play racquetball and tennis.
Yeah. What about Sean?
Sean, I remember, we went down to the footy in 1990 and on the bus, I had to carry him because he wanted to go to the toilet. And we'd stop. I had to carry him.
So good.
And look, with Sean, he's very competitive. So I ended up you'd play racquetball with him or something like that. And he would, I remember one day we were playing and he said, I'm just going to beat you so badly.
Yeah.
So after we've played a few points and I've won them all, and I'd say, you know what, you're doing really well. I would keep going. You'll go.
Yeah.
And that was such good fun.
What about...
And the banter is such good fun.
Yeah. What about Steph? Any favourite memory? Oh, I guess you mentioned something before, but any favourite memory?
Steffi girl, various... I would play games with her.
Yeah.
I remember, and I've reviewed this a number of times, where she in Atlanta, her mate Atlanta, I'd been playing tennis at Glenley Tennis Club, which were dirt courts.
Yeah.
And she in Atlanta had gotten into the shed where all the lime was, which they lined the courts, which is like if it got into your eyes. And I was cranky with them. So I said, right, get in the, because Atlanta was coming over to start. So get in the car. We drove around. I said, now get in the bath. And I bloody gave Steph a whack. And so Atlanta's up the other end of the bath laughing. I thought, right, and you can have one too. Whacked her as well. So they're both crying at either end of the bath. They still talk about it.
That's so good. They still talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
How would you describe each kid in your view with one or two words?
Sean, very determined, self-assured. You're very outgoing, fantastic people personality. Liam is just a character. And he is, someone said, like, he's the funniest without meaning to be.
Yeah, 100%.
And Steph, she's got a very good heart, Steph, and I just noticed, like, particularly as she's gotten into the family situation with Jason, with the kids and that, like, she's much more now not just about herself. It's she's also
How would you want to be remembered from your kids?
I think as being non-judgmental, very approachable, fun. I'd like to think that you can always tell us anything that's going on and you're not going to get lectured to. Or I sort of think I'm in no position to advise you about anything.
It's true. What about the grandkids? How does it feel when you see grandkids? How does it feel as a grandfather? I'm curious.
No, I don't. Yeah, I tend not to think. It's funny, like I was thinking, reflecting today, like when we got married, I didn't really think about having kids.
Yeah.
It wasn't something that I really, because we were so young.
Yeah.
And then when Liam came along, I thought, I'm going to be dad now, so I'll try and you sort of stumble along doing the best you can.
Yeah.
But it wasn't something so with the grandkids, I mean, they come along and I really enjoy their company. Like they're good fun. So, and I think you can probably, in a sense, be more fun than the father can because, because you've got to stick with that role, and that's how it is. But, yeah, so no, like your kids are great to be with. And
you can have them if you want. We're giving them away.
I'm busy.
It's a fire sale.
Oh, what a bugger, I'm busy.
What do you think we've taught you?
That the time I told you and Sean you could do anything you wanted, well, you're like living proof of that. So,
We foolishly believed you.
Yeah, I know. What Sean say? We bought your bullshit.
Yeah.
So, like, you've done, like, incredibly well. So, I mean, I sit back and just sit from afar and people say, like, you must be so proud of them. And I said, look, I am. And they say, well, you must have had some input in it. And I think, well, yeah, but you've still got to do it. You can tell people all you like things, but it's still up to them to actually take action.
Yeah, I don't think you ever told us. It was more just you were supportive.
And
not
that-
empowered. But just being supportive and not judgmental, I think, empowered.
Yeah, I think that it's that old thing about, are entrepreneurs born or are they made?
Yeah.
And it's one of those things, isn't it? But I think perhaps fostering you guys to try and think a little bit differerly, try and encourage you to do that. And what's the best deal to take for a remuneration? Do you take a percentage or do you or get paid for your time?
What are you most grateful for now?
Oh, generally my whole life. I mean, I think I've been incredibly fortunate with my life. I've had great parents. My relationship with the siblings is great. I'm very, I guess, grateful for the relationship I've got with Mum. Like we get on really well. It's just unfortunate. I mean, I understand her a lot better now than I did back then.
Yep.
I think that one of the things I've learnt is that we tend to expect everyone to be like ourselves, and some people aren't. And then you can't understand why they're like that. And I remember at one stage, Mum and I were sort of still together, but I started thinking, I thought, what would it be like if you were brought up where there was like a lot of stuff in the family? Because we never had that in ours. Ours was very... And I thought, it would make such a difference to you. And I started, I guess, to empathise a bit with how it would be. And I mean, she's learned quite a bit about herself recently, particularly, and I think that's made a lot of sense to her. So that's been good. I think, I mean, obviously, your whole self to live in Australia and all that. I think I've always been okay at things. I think I'm okay at sport. Like I'm not outstanding at anything particularly. And I think that's probably in a sense good because if you're really good at something, then you've got to stick at it and sort of do it. But no, very grateful. Like Kane, I get on so well. But I mean, and part of that, of course, is, there's no stress. We virtually have no stress in our lives. Any stress is external, with kids or something like that.
Yeah.
No, I'm very grateful, mate.
When in your life have you felt the most alive? So for me, to give you context, I remember when I first moved to Shanghai and I was like, wow. Like I could feel the energy and I was like, that's like partly why I moved there. If you had a moment where you thought, wow, I feel like I'm capable, I feel like I'm fully alive. Any moment in time, do you remember?
Probably not to that extent. It's funny, I thought, when have been the happiest times of my life? Year 10
Oh, yeah.
at school was fantastic.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe year 10.
Year 10, yep.
Yeah.
Because it was only a small class and we'd known each other for so long,
Yeah.
and I had quite a great relationship with the teacher.
Yeah.
Year 10, I enjoyed, I was in Phoenix Rising. I really enjoyed that. The stuff I learnt in that, the friendships I made, that sort of thing.
You've always been a big helper for people.
Yeah.
Like always looking to help,
Yep.
and sometimes to the detriment of your own.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why have you chased that?
I don't know whether I've actually chased it. Opportunities have come up, and perhaps at times I could have been more mindful.
Yeah.
You know,
What have you learnt from that though? Because I mean, there's hundreds of them, but we always looked at you like it was difficult to see any. I don't know. Like we're always looking out for you, right? But I remember just feeling like there's no logic to any of it. You know, like I was thinking, that's why I used the word chasing it. Like it was almost like you're looking for the opportunity, and I struggled with that often.
I think that
Wasn't, you know me, I always want to help too.
Yeah.
But it felt like often it was like sought after helping, and people would take advantage of that, which you were willing to do.
Yes, I'm probably a bit more mindful now of what I do. But I mean, I just do enjoy helping people. I'm also have learned that sometimes you just got to let things work themselves out.
Yeah.
So now I don't just stand up, put the hand out straight away or something like that. I'll just think,
Yeah.
I think I'll just let this one play out a bit before I get involved.
Yeah.
So I guess I've learned that.
Yeah, you've got a great wide friendship group, and I'm sure they'd all say you're a great friend. You know, you're probably like them with us, like non-judgmental, you know, easygoing.
Yeah,
supportive.
and also like I one of the things that's funny enough I've learned later years is teasing is a great thing to do, to tease someone. And you can do it in a way that it's not, in a sense, putting someone down.
Yeah.
But it's fun, and they actually quite often, especially if they're shy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I learnt the benefit of teasing people. So, yeah.
What are you looking forward now in your life? What do you think about? Like, what do you look forward to now?
It's funny, I'm just sort of like happy with my lot. I don't really have any goals to, I don't need to buy anything. I'm really happy with, the friendships I've got, and I'll probably make more of them. No, I mean, it's good to come over and see you.
Yeah. What gives you satisfaction though? What gives you joy then now? See, I know you don't need anything. You've always been like that, but what sort of like, what brings you joy now? Is it playing pickleball with your friends, or
the social side, playing pickleball? So it's one of the things I've sort of found.
what does a great day look like for you now?
Well, for example, Thursdays we play pickleball and then we go out for dinner.
Yeah.
And it's one of the things, I run it.
Yeah.
I organise the dinner.
Yeah.
I organise the pickleball sessions.
Really?
Yeah, all that sort of thing. And
but that's great. You must get so much enjoyment out of that.
so it's funny. I've sort of found that's what I sort of do.
Yeah.
If it's someone's birthday, you always make sure there's a cake there for them.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
all that sort of thing. So and I make sure I try to keep in contact with people.
Yeah.
Even if it's just simply ringing them for their birthday.
Yeah. You've always been great of service to others. I think that might be your legacy.
Yeah,
A little bit. Like if I had to think about what would be your legacy, what do you think it would be?
Yeah, well, probably. I guess I'm kind. Kind-hearted. I
So
suppose.
you're not. Yeah.
Kind of.
Kind of.
And I think that I was sort of fun. Like I think I am.
Yeah. Well, I know my kids. Big
Oh
John.
no, shocking. That's almost abuse on their part.
Yeah. What do you think people most misunderstand about you?
I think one of the things I remember was the fact that I don't speak badly of people, even if perhaps they've done something that most people would perhaps be a bit cranky about.
Yeah.
And I think people couldn't understand why I wouldn't take objection to that or that sort of thing. So that's one, I guess.
Yeah. Anything else you think?
Perhaps there is, but Mum certainly at times didn't understand me, but that's my lack of not speaking up.
Do you have any regrets?
Oh, my biggest regret is the marriage finishing. And that's nothing, like I'm so happy with that,
Yeah,
my
of course,
situation.
nothing to do with that. But,
But it was sort of like that, you made that commitment and
yeah.
that was that. So, and for the whole family thing, even though everyone's like adjusted,
Yeah.
but as you know, we were saying the other day, Steph, it was very hard on Steph at
yep.
the time.
Yeah. So that's one.
That's a biggie. Oh, I mean, look, I've made some terrible business decisions.
Yes.
My God.
How long we got? Let's extend this by another hour.
No, Andrew.
Let's do a feature on that.
Andrew, I've got to go back on Saturday night.
What was that duck one you did?
Oh, the ducks.
Decoy ducks.
Decoy ducks.
Unbelievable. What was that? Find a consultant?
Find a consultant.
Was that the same group?
No.
No, different groups.
Oh, yeah, no, I
What
shared.
else did you do? Men are from Mars?
Yeah.
What else was there? There's so many, isn't there?
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's shocking. And I said, I hope, I'll never, ever give people investment advice.
Yeah.
Because your heart rules your head a bit, which is what Mum's father said to her.
Interesting.
Yeah, he said, your heart rules your head.
Yeah. So biggest regret, married. That's a fair one. Anything else then? I remember once you were going to move to Melbourne, right, and take a job when we were a kid. Were you ever thinking about a bigger ambitious career at all? Was that you never really played on you? I think that's
might
a
have
common regret in people.
Yeah, no. Look, you might have been thinking at the time because I felt it was a bit hard.
Yeah.
Back in Wodonga, so perhaps I needed to do something.
Yeah.
But no, not really, Andrew.
What's the proudest moment of your life, do you think? Do you have any single moments that stand out, either of yourself or?
Oh, look, I think I'm very proud of how you boys have turned out. It's been fantastic.
Even Sean?
More you. No. Like Shawnee's done. And look, with all due respect, Shawnee has helped me financially so much with what he did. So I'm very appreciative of him. No, it's probably that. No, it's probably like more you kids what you've done. I mean, even Liam, to come over to Singapore and start working as a tennis coach on his own.
Yeah,
and
it was
all that.
a big jump, wasn't it?
It was huge.
Do you remember when we went to the airport? He didn't have a return ticket or something. Couldn't get on the plane. So good.
And Steph's had her own battles and she's really come out well.
Yeah.
So look, I'm very happy.
Who's had the biggest influence on your life? Who's been the biggest influences on your life?
My father.
Yeah.
Just
you had a great relationship with your dad, didn't you?
Oh yeah. Look, and I think like his.
Would you say it's similar to you and I, largely or not?
What
would be different about it?
Ours is probably a bit broader.
Oh, okay.
Probably, but I mean, you're in a much bigger sphere, to talk about things. So he was a big influence, obviously. Mum was too. Like, Mum got me into music, tennis, all these things that, creativity-wise that were fantastic. Graham O'Brien at Phoenix, he was certainly a big influence. And Eckhart Tolle.
Oh, yeah. Great. Eckhart Tolle, your best friend. He's written a bestseller. What do you think you learnt, but you learnt it too late? Was there anything?
Oh, in terms of like business and stuff like that, to be more research better before you go making decisions. I think I tended to overestimate my capabilities.
Yep.
Like that you thought, you could do this, and like the fact that perhaps no one else was doing it might have been a bit of a sign.
Yep.
So I think that was, I think I probably trusted too much without, doing a bit more homework. Yeah, probably, I think.
They seem mostly business related though, don't they?
Yeah, that. Regrets-wise, otherwise, I mentioned the marriage.
No, but that was about learning. What have you learnt later?
Yeah.
You learn a bit late, you think, but...
I think you get to know yourself better. I think...
Well, if you could go back to your 35-year-old self, so we're probably 10, 11, what would you say to yourself? If you had an hour lunch with yourself then, what do you think you'd say? What would you say? If you had the opportunity?
Are you talking work, business-wise?
Anything. Where would you spend the time if you had that hour?
I would, in terms of the family situation.
Yeah, so let's break it down the family then.
Yeah, so I don't think I would change anything with you kids.
Yeah.
I think with Mum it would be to review how I've been handling things and perhaps look at making some changes there.
Yeah.
How I'd been doing it. And work-wise, perhaps just to have a very analytical look at it and say, so what's the deal here? You know, what's reasonable to expect out of this situation?
You're talking about their investments, though.
Oh, work, business, what I was doing. Was I better off doing some other type of
Real estate?
Yeah.
But you don't. You would have said, don't do business brokering.
Or perhaps, or if you're going to do business brokering, focus on this particular, because that's where really it all happened. With you get into a niche situation. It's funny. At one stage, I was really thinking about getting out. You know, and this is after Mum and I split up and all this sort of thing.
Yeah.
Graham O'Brien had said to us, if you're tossing up that sort of decision, shut your eyes for a minute, and then open them, and whatever. And I was driving along over the causeway, and it's just as you're getting out of Wodonga, and I went, open up, and there's a sign, Right Road, WRIGHT. I'd never seen it before, and I thought, well, looks like I'm on the right road. And then just straight after that, the childcare stuff came in, and all that sort of thing.
Do you think you've always been intuitive?
Yeah, I think I have, and that's one of the things I didn't
lean into.
Why
do you think you ignored it?
I think because...
What would a psychologist say to you? Why did you ignore it if you know it?
Because I felt obliged perhaps to do something else rather than, and follow. But I have, and I've tended to follow my intuition now. Not that it comes up much. I mean, I don't have any big decisions to make. Or
you're like, what am I having for dinner tonight? It's about as big as it gets. The dinner on Thursday night with the pickle crew.
That's where we go for dinner.
Yeah. What about? Because I'm thinking like we might watch this in like 20 years, and I think it'll be fun to watch. You know, what would you say to everyone if they're watching then? Like, what would you say to your grandkids?
I think
that would be going, oh, that was my grandfather. What would you say?
I think I'd say like,
don't listen to your dad.
And apart from that, I think just like enjoy the experience, make the most of your experience. Because
what do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, you're living in Singapore, so make the most of living there, and and enjoy the time with your family, and and stuff like that. No, have fun. And I think probably like with Mum and I, we didn't have that much fun because it was so hard with all the things.
I don't remember that. I always felt like it felt like a very normal childhood, right?
Yeah.
We're in our own little world.
But we had all the financial pressure and that sort of thing, which obviously we didn't try to
I do remember that though.
Share with you. Yeah. But like with Kay, we have so much fun because you don't have any of those external stresses.
Yeah.
But as far as telling the grandkids, I think they're very lucky to have you guys and everything as parents and all that sort of thing. Hopefully, a few of them will pick up the puns. Cameron does a bit, which is great. So I'm just going to have to work a bit on the others.
Great, Johnny boy. It's good. You've been a great dad, though, I have to say.
Oh, thanks, mate.
Yeah, I've always enjoyed your time.
Yeah.
Always had fun. Always felt safe.
It's interesting, like I notice when you retire, or as Eckhart Tolle says, your world shrinks.
Yeah.
So you don't have stuff to talk about anymore.
Yeah.
Or like and I used to remember that with Dad. Like you'd go down to see him Port Lonsdale, or we talk about what I was doing.
Yeah.
And he might mention a few things that we might have seen so and so and so and so. Yeah. So you notice that. It's yeah, I know it's good. I'm so lucky, Andrew.
Especially with that view from your hotel room right now.
Especially that view.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. And one thing, and in terms of mentors, Andrew, you're one of mine. Like no question, you'd be close to my biggest mentor.
Really?
Yeah, well, just stuff you tell, like that thing you put me onto about, the truity.com.
Oh, yeah.
That was so helpful.
Oh, yeah.
Because that was during COVID, and you said, you should look at this.
Yeah.
And I did. And then 4 months later, we moved into Queensland.
Amazing.
And I thought, we're not going to be just holidaying here. We're going to be actually living here.
Yeah.
I thought, well, I'm going to make sure. And there was nothing in it really that was new.
Yeah.
But I couldn't believe how accurate it was. So I thought, well, I'm going to make sure I use all this stuff in Queensland. So that was fantastic. And you've always got some like idea running. You've listened to some talk.
Like a crazy person.
Yeah. Well, and Sean's a bit the same. Like Sean will tell me, oh, listen to this thing. It was really,
Yeah.
and that's so, yeah. So it's great having a son as a mentor.
It's good, isn't it?
Oh,
I wish I had one.
I think it'll happen.
Well, it's been great, Dad. Good to chat. Yeah, you've been a great, and grandkids, if you're watching or whoever's watching in the future,
Yeah.
Dad was always a great father. And probably the best attribute was your non-judgmental warmness that we always felt like we could just chat about anything and then just be ourselves. You know, it was like very safe, comfortable.
Yeah.
Because you go out the real world and then you get attacked and you're getting judged and you're trying to try things and you can always just go back and, you know, in Port Melbourne, I always enjoyed dropping by. Oh, remember you used to always come out. We go out for dinner at Columbo's. That was always fun. Those times were fun. I miss those times. They were great times when we're all exploring life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's fun. I remember those moments. I enjoyed. Always enjoyed that. You'd buy dinner for everyone.
Yeah, and the interaction with the staff. I've had some of my best times.
Yeah, you have been notorious at restaurants. Even here already. All right, Dad. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Andrew. That was very good of you.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Cool. Lovely. Did you enjoy that?
Nope.
Nope.